Okay, this tutorial, now that we've set up a way to get data successfully in from TouchOSC into Maximus P and successfully routed it to different outputs that can control different things. This tutorial is about connecting those routed inputs to both the things in sfplay that we can control and change, like turning it on or changing the sound file. There's no sfplay here. I didn't bother building that because it's more about the control than it is about the sound itself. And also the faders and the preset menu, or the preset object for the harmonic series synth. So first we'll connect, we'll focus on the sfplay. So sfplay needs an on and off switch, and it also needs something to be able to choose the sample, and we can do both of those by routing buttons and faders to these two objects to change them. So the first thing is I have a patch cord connected up to a button that is then connected up to a toggle. And you notice that it doesn't stay on when I press it right now. It's because it's actually sending two bangs, really. If we look at what's coming in, there's a bang that's created when we press the button down, and then because the data changes, the bang that is created when we press the button up. So the button doesn't work here. The next thing we can try is a select object and just ask it to select one. And this will work, and it will only give us the one signal, so we get it to turn on. But the only problem with this is that every time there's a message that's coming through, it's allowing us, the one is actually triggering a bang right now because it's coming directly from here into here, and the bang is triggering the two different states on and off. So we have to actually do one more step in order to just get it to turn on. So we want to use an integer object, and just when it comes through, it only sends a 1. So now it's on, and I'm pressing the button again, and it's not turning off. That's what we want, because after the sfplay object is done playing, that sfplay will send a 0 out and turn it off. So, so this is the way that we can connect up all three sfplay. All three sfplay objects connect the routing from TouchOSC. Okay, so that's all set up. If I hit all three buttons, you can see they all turn on. So the next thing is to set up a way to scroll through the U menu to be able to select the different sound files to play. And we can do this by keeping the scale, which I talked about in the previous tutorial, which basically scales the range of data that's coming in to a new range. So right now, the data is coming in a range of 0 to 1 decimal, as you can see here, and it's coming out at a different scale that goes from 0 all the way up to 158. So that's how scale works, if you hadn't yet watched the previous tutorial. But what we need here is that there's only three objects, three sound files. So what we want to do here is we want to scale the data to from 0 to 1 to 0 to 3. And now if we connect that up, we can see I'm sliding through the data. I'm moving the fader, and it's moving through the three different selections. So now I can turn it on, and it will play a file, and then I can slide it up and choose another one. I can turn it on, and you can choose another sound file on the fly. And so what you want to do is each one of these faders, which are set up here, can connect up to each one of these U menus. So now when I slide the first three faders, you can see I am able to change the sound files that are going to play in all three. So that's a very useful mapping to be able to have remote control over sfplay. So that's good. So we can get rid of this. The second way we can use the same buttons and faders is in controlling the sliders as well as the presets that we select for the sliders. So I already have this set up so all 4 sliders are now controlled by the 4 faders on Touch OSC. But what I want you to do for this project is I want you to use this preset object, and the preset is a tutorial in the tutorial for the harmonic series synth. It shows you on that tutorial page. There's a tutorial to show you how to use this this preset. Basically, connect it up to all of them, and then when you're happy with a particular configuration, you click an empty one and shift click, and it will create a new config. It will save that configuration. So now we have 4 different presets, and what we want to do is use the buttons on Touch OSC and assign them to different numbers so that they will trigger different presets in the fader. And basically all we have to do is connect up numbers to each of the buttons, and then connect all of these up to here. So now when we press those buttons, you can see that now I'm changing the buttons for the first 3 presets from Touch OSC. So so this is 2 elements of control based on both of these synthesizer and sound file play that I want you to connect up control. The third one, which I won't show you, is that I want you to create a bank of buttons that will control the pitch. So if you want to have 10 pitches, then can create 10 different buttons in Touch OSC and assign them each their own unique name, and then you can copy paste one of these route configurations and then rename the different button names for each of the buttons that you can control for the frequency. So in the end, you should have buttons to control sfplay objects that you're how many ever sfplay objects you need to turn on. You need to create faders for each of the U menus for those sfplay instances. You need to create buttons to control the frequency change in the synth. You need to create faders to control the individual frequencies in the overtone series. And then you need to first make a bunch of presets in your preset menu, and then however many presets, you need to create a bank of buttons that would change the presets. So it's going to be actually a lot of programming, a lot of routing of signals, and by the time you finish, you should have a decent number of buttons and faders on Touch OSC that you're going to control all of this with. So if you can submit a screen capture both for MaxMSP, and then after you've finished your editing for your Touch OSC editor, take a screen capture of the finished version of your editor as well to submit both of those for your homework assignment.